Hey guys, just want to do a little video on something that I thought was pretty cool. So, I started making these videos on the second gen here. I released my first video a couple weeks ago. It's kind of something I was enjoying doing and whatnot, so I thought I'd make a video while I was doing some testing. So, many years ago, back, before I was in trade school and whatnot, so aging myself, but well over 10 years ago, I kind of got into messing with diesel trucks and whatnot. And back when I was in trade school, I had this '02 Cummins. It was a 5-speed conversion, had DDP 150s, had a fast South Bend double disc clutch, had a Super Beast special on it, and one other thing it had was a Quadzilla. So like I said, this is back in the day. They used to have like a black little screen and whatnot, but anyway, it was a really fun tuner to play with. So kind of come full circle now. Quadzilla seen my video that I made on the dyno testing, and they reached out to me and said, hey, we'd love to hook you up with some stuff for testing. So they definitely did. They sent over this awesome care package here. There's all sorts of stuff in here. This is a 4K Adrenaline box. And here is one of their pump top covers. Very cool looking pump top cover. All sorts of awesome merch in here. Hats. There's a banner. We'll hang that up in the dyno bay. Very cool. T-shirts. Awesome. Bunch of t-shirts in here. Very cool. Here's the 3K box with the install kit. This is for installing the fuel pressure gauge. That's definitely something you need on a VP. Koozies. Lanyards. I mean, they really hooked us up big time. Yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and make a quick video and just say thank you for the support. I appreciate it a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little unboxing and an install video on the truck. I've talked to, his name is Kelton, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I know how to spell it, I think that's how you pronounce it. For some custom tunes and see what kind of power we can make with this 4K box. Hey guys. Oh, I wish I would have seen this sticker. I would have put this big one on my truck instead. So, this is the 4K box. This is the normal 3K box. You can tell serial number on the side. That one says ADR 4K. This one just says, if it'll focus, just says ADR. All right, guys, we have everything unbagged now, so don't be discouraged. I'll show you what everything does. This is your main plug right here. It goes back into the Quadzilla. This plug right here is for the iQuad, which is your wireless remote that goes to the app on your phone. You've got your battery power, red. You've got your ground, which is black. Follow this down here. You've got this long wire here is your trans temp, if you have a trans temp sensor. This red and white wire, this will run into your fuse box and it'll be your ignition power source. We have this bad boy right here, which is your data link. This will be your fuel pressure gauge, EGT. This will be your pump tap, this green wire. And then this last connector, this will be your map sensor. So since my truck is '02, I have this style. This style will be for an '01 truck. And then if you watch my dyno testing video, I show you the other plug, which would be for, I believe, 98.5 to a '00 truck. Yeah, for your pump tap, you definitely want to get a pump tap cover. The VP on my truck now already has a stealth cover on it by BD, but this Quadzilla one is really cool. So basically what it does, instead of you splicing into the VP wire, which, can leave bad connection, if you screw it up, your pump's done. There's just a lot of things that could go wrong. what this pump tap does is you unbolt the top cover there from the VP. You insert this, I don't know if you can see it in the bag here, this piece right here, and when you do, it pierces the correct wire. Then what you do, instead of splicing a wire, you put this nice eyelet on it and then just screw it onto the VP. It's a much better way to connect and to pump tap the VP. All right guys, so right now I have the new Edge Comp 2.0 that I was testing. So we're gonna pull that out and then install the Quadzilla. Right here, this is the pump tap cover that I mentioned. So you can see instead of splicing into the wires, you just use that little connector there with an eyelet, and it's great. And I know someone's gonna mention it. Before anyone does, the reason I'm pulling the edge out is simply because I'm testing all the tuners. It's not because I think that one is better than the other. I'll tell you which one is better. It all comes down to the numbers. You know the saying, do as I say, not as I do? So I put my EGT temperature sensor in the downpipe. Do not do this. It will give you inaccurate readings, at least 200 or 300 degrees difference. However, I know that, and these EGT numbers don't really matter to me because I have an actual EGT gauge in the manifold there and a second EGT gauge hooked up for the water math. So this is strictly to have something in there. And the reason I'm doing that is A, that port in the manifold is seized. B, I'm changing manifold and turbo setup soon. And C, the old Edge I had in here, the Edge Juice Competition, it already had a port in there. All right, next steps are super simple. We got our ground to hook up, we got our power to hook up, we're gonna run an ignition wire, hook it up to the fuse panel in there. I'll show you which one. Put our pump tap on that stud right there. Then halfway back on the head, if this will focus, we have our map sensor right there that we plug into. And then down by the ECM, I'll show you guys here. There is a dummy plug, and we'll plug into that. That's data link, and that's literally all we have to do. Some extra stuff we're doing, like I said, we'll hook up the EGT gauge. We will run the sensor down because we have a port in the transmission pan for a sensor, and we'll hook up down there our fuel pressure. Okay, guys, so in the cab here, I'm hooked up to fuse number 9, I believe. Yep. Which is engine 10-amp fuse, just with this add a fuse here. Sorry, I've got a pile of shit in there, or stuff. Hey guys, that is literally it. I mounted the Adrenaline here, the iQuad up there with the provided 2-sided tape, and that's it. I know I have installed a few of these before, but I just did this, you know, at home in my garage, which is pretty tight. Now that I have the mega cabin here because winter's on its way. Maybe 10 minutes. It's super easy. Don't get intimidated by the wiring. It really is an easy module to install. Now I'm just gonna go to the app. I'm gonna select the 4K because that's what I have. You guys, I believe, will just select the 98 to 02 3K boxes, or 4K, depends on what you get. We'll fire it up and see how it is. All right, guys, he's running. Pretty late at night now. I wish I could rev it up and see if it'll fuel the 4K. Stay tuned for the dyno video. We'll see how much power the 4K makes on its own and with some custom